Protect the wild.
Hey, foul egg. Okay. We can play stockades on 2 and get it out pretty fast, probably. That's great. That's great for us. Even better. This is functionally as powerful as the stockades anyway, so may as well just get it now. I wonder if you rip it here. Sometimes playing at a fast pace can lead to a concede or opponent misplays. No, it's that's true. That's true. And some streamers do that. They intentionally play very fast to put pressure on the opponent and knock them off their axis. It's actually hold on, let me think. We're not doing it. Because that's a tar creep, it probably doesn't really clear anything. Let's hold it. Play it with momentum next turn. Okay. That's actually a tactic that is used even at the highest levels of chess. Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, who's famous for streaming on Twitch, also famous for being probably the best blitz player in the world, even though he's worse than the world champion at slow chess. And he often wins games that look like easy draws by putting his opponent in time trouble by like playing lickety fast all the time. I mean, you gotta go for the big swing, right? When the guidance is cool, but our body is ready. I should have maybe considered a little bit more exactly how I wanted to do this. This is fine though, so we could just value trades. Value trade, and go face. The only small adjustment would have been if we wanted to give this an attack stat, trade it in, and then give it a +1/+1 on the 3/3 or something like that. But I like this still being a death rattle to play around AoE. AoE would leave 2 bodies this way, which is nice. It's gotta be the 1-drop. Touch. Oh, they were just trying to get touch value, I see. Makes sense. The Exorcist. Fantastic movie. The director Roman Polanski is a renowned sex predator. I mentioned this first and foremost because I'm always thinking about The Exorcist. Sorry. I'm thinking of Rosemary's Baby. The Exorcist, totally different. Totally different. Scratch that. Similar era. Similar vibe. The Exorcist was not directed by Polanski. It was directed by Friedkin, who is another really famous director whose filmography I'm trying to get more into. I'm gonna watch a movie of his pretty soon. Oh, he directed... Oh, maybe, man, is that true? Anyway. Yeah, Rosemary's Baby is what I think about in terms of, like, whether you can appreciate art despite a fucked up creator. And I think you can. The Exorcist is such an interesting movie because if you ever watch footage of people walking out of The Exorcist and reacting to it, it was a huge cultural phenomenon. It kind of made everyone lose their minds. There are these clips of people like talking about the movie after they get out, and they're like, I've never seen anything so scary in my entire life. I lost my mind. I ran out of the theater crying, and I threw up everywhere and stuff like that. Like, it was a real fervor. Kind of similar to people's reactions to The Passion of the Christ, I guess, when that came out. And this was back when movies could really still be moments, which isn't so much the case anymore. Get a banker down, that'd be nice. Maybe just one of these, and a hero power action. Get me through these taunts without losing the 3-1. Get this most of the way to coming out. Get this active. I like it. We play a 5 with the hero power next turn. Oh, lovely. It's possible that going back and watching The Exorcist from a modern lens, you might be a little bit unimpressed or be like, oh, I thought it would be something more, because a lot of the really aggressive horror set pieces, special effects set pieces, lines of dialogue were far more brutal than anything people have been used to at the time, especially since the 70s is coming on. That's still an era where you're coming out of the Hays Code, which didn't allow for any such things, so... Yeah, actually, so the Hays Code was the Hollywood code for what was allowed in a movie. It was like pre-censorship. And it censored... As with all political and moral gestures, it censored, like, what the Hays Code censored says a lot about the state of this country at the time. Because you couldn't have explicit acts of, like, bloody violence on screen. That was not allowed, of course. And, like, swearing and stuff. Sex. But even beyond that, it was not allowed to have a criminal in your movie who doesn't face repercussions from the law by the end of it. So a lot of film noir had to be pretty creative with how it ended. I might copy this, actually. Let me just Beetlemancy here. Do I copy this, though? I kind of am into the idea of just getting a bunch of value here. And just put it like a taunt out? How about this idea? For another example, you could not portray interracial relationships, kissing, or whatever. So that's the Hays Code. No trash talking of, like, certain types of religion and stuff like that. The Hays Code went from 1934 to 1968. So I was even closer than I thought with that analysis. That's 5 years before The Exorcist. There's something like The Exorcist... It wasn't always the case that horror was the way it is now. Something like The Exorcist would have been unthinkable at the time. Because you're only 5 years out of the Hays Code where you're not even allowed to see blood. And all of a sudden, The Exorcist is happening. You have the possessed girl, you know, limbs backwards, clambering up and down the stairs, bile and vomit and gross juices flying everywhere. Lethal ever? 2 damage in, hero power in, that's 3, 5 in, and then you have 4, 6, 9, 11. Not quite. Unless... Kodo mount... Kodo mount. I bet I could cook up some lethal here. I have 8 plus 8. 16. Yeah, I mean, that should work, right? I have 8, and then just go boop, and boop. By itself. Lovely. For a second, I thought I didn't have it. Then I remembered I had all sorts of juice locked away in the in the thingy. So if you ever do go back and watch The Exorcist and you're like, yeah, that was scary, but I thought it would be scarier. You have to remember everyone lost their mind because nothing like it had happened at the time. And a lot of the language for modern horror that we know comes from The Exorcist. I think about this a lot, the way that art signifiers advance and shift over time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll try it out. We'll try it. But yeah, the Exorcist, I don't know, that's probably a 5 out of 5 blobs. I've not seen it in a long time. A lot of images stick with me. The image of the exorciser walking up in the mist, in the dimness in the mist to the house. This is good, so we could hero power zombie next turn, and then zombie will activate the flyer for a turn 4. Really nice. Hero power flyer. Yeah, it all's coming together. Thank you, lingering zombie, for making it all nice. There's a line in that movie that shocked me when I saw it first. Like, your brother sucks cock in hell or something like that. Oof. Yeah. A lot of really great, sharp dialogue in there. And it is also a movie that really challenged the Catholic Church, which couldn't have existed under the Hays Code that I was talking about. I'm not going to kill quite yet, at least. Could be wrong, but I'm gonna try to greed this Wicker Claw a little bit. Green Book I haven't seen. Gilady. But I don't really plan to. I love Viggo Mortensen and I love Mahershala Ali as performers. But, guess we're going face with that. But that's a movie and book that are pretty widely regarded to be pretty racist Oscar bait. So I'm not that interested. It's got like white savior stuff in it. It's got the archetype of the patient heroic black character who will sit with a white person until they become not racist anymore. But I haven't seen it, so I'm talking out my ass. I'll give you a refund since I haven't seen it. I don't think I want this on the board to block a slot for my swarm. Block my swarm slot. I have to assume if we're not already to the point where this is a full swarm, we're very close. I don't know if I want this on the board either now that I think about it. Let's see. This has 3 in it. This had 2, so that's 5. We've used a Living Roots, but did we use it for damage or... Struggling to remember now. I think we used it for damage? And then Wicker Claw. That's 6 at least. It's at least 6, which is good enough. So let's not take up any board spaces with this or this. Let's just Acolyte and do one of these. Although I say 6, but these haven't died yet, so it could be between like 4 and 6 right now, depending on how accurate my memory is. Oh. Now I'm wondering, like, do we just wait on this for a while? Because... we could just rip it. I think just ripping it's okay. What archetype are they, though? 1 green? Alright, rip me. It's a nice looking board. I guess it would have been nice if we could have hero powered for the Wicker Claw, but... I don't know. Maybe this was wrong. Try to win fast? He's here. 4, 5, 6, 7. If we rush, go in there. We shoot the tiger and hero power. Go 2, 1, and then go bump up, and then... Yeah, I think you shoot the tiger here. I should have drawn earlier, my bad. Before my draw last, tap last. Classic. Yeah, I know. Alright, that works out. The swarm has not helped us push damage the way that we would have liked. That was in large part trading down their huge swarm of taunts, of course. That's a draw. That's a draw. I will kill this, I think. Oh, Frank's gonna keck some people. Frank is going to keck some people. Did I mess this up? I think I did it fine. I guess I wasted... No, I didn't. I did it fine. This was supposed to go in. It's all good. It's all good, man. Very impressive turn, but not really enough. The only question I have is, do we win next turn or the turn after? I guess the turn after, because they can kill the 6/5. Have a nice day, Umbra Death. What? My note didn't get you out of it? Oh well. In any case. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Hope it's not too rough of a work day. Play this here for sure. Send the rest to the dome. We are set up for success. I think, chat, now that you have had time to sit with this work of art for a little while, I will reveal that although there is no correct interpretation to the art, and everything that you have explored so far in the chat has been valid, if one were to look to a biographical reading of the piece, one may interpret it to be about Blobby's, in other words, my fantasy projection. Because I am somebody who has facial hair most of the time these days, and I'm also someone who wishes that he wore more hats, but thinks that most hats don't work for him or don't fit his head. And I'm also someone who often really wishes I had a cool cane. So in this case, the evil twin may just be my prime self's fantasy projection. A projection that is not projected into the mirror, but rather that the mirror projects into reality. Speaking of my Prime self, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to Twitch and give a streamer a free Twitch Prime sub every month. Just so you know, chat. Nice segue, huh? Little plug and play. Faux show. Faux show. Foul egg. Foul egg does screw up some Demon Hunter stuff. Let's try to remember to keep it on the outside because of lookout. It also could screw up a Fel Barrage. In fact, I'll even start with it over the Living Roots here, which is an uncommon play from us. But we're just thinking about who our opponent is. Turn 1, they often will hero power. If we put out 1/1s, they take care of 50% of that. Now we Wicker Claw. And next turn, hero power Roots. This is a great deck for Wicker Claw because we have enough ones that we can often solve the awkwardness of that card. I already screwed up. This needs to be on the outside and it's gonna be in the middle, but that's alright. It's alright. You could just shoot this, but I gotta play with it on the board. The egg, I mean. I talk a big game. Sure. I feel like this is a decent time to get Soul down. Okay. 5-4 coming out. Not much reason to hero power anymore. I guess we could hero power Banker, kill the 5-4. So we're left with a 2-2, a 2-3, and an 0-2 on board. 3-1 can kill our Banker, which is good value for them. But it means the 3-1 dies without that extra value. Or we could just armor the 5-4. I hate this play. Let's just save our armor for a little bit. Depending on what they do here, we might have a decent plague. Or, I don't know, Beetlemancy perhaps? Port and starboard, that's right. Starboard. That's right. Yeah, Egg's gonna catch those strays. Great. Tactical use of Banker. A defensive use of Banker. I suppose Beetlemancy, nothing else really looks worth doing. Have yet to pop this egg open. It'll be nice when we do, though. Or when they do. Have an active armorer this turn, I believe. Which is probably what we're gonna use to kill a taunt here. And we could then even hero power the owl down. Yeah. Not a good plague turn, not a good manipulator turn, not a good architect turn. Mid architect turn. I think I'd rather have the hero power than the prisoner. Egg on the outside. If a hero power removes a body, I'd say that's worth it. Could copy the giant. Could copy the armorer? And then rush this, trade that. Hero power? Yeah, that might be better. Because that way we take care of the giant. Rather than leave it to be a threat. Leave it to Beether. This feels safer at least. Is this egg ever gonna happen for us? That fell spell might be unplayable because of the egg. Okay. I guess Architect now. Play might be a little bit nuts. Well, let's get nuts. You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts. Slightly concerned about dying to Illidary Inquisitor again. But that still may have been true of the other play. Nine, 13, 17, 20. Yeah, they're like 4 over lethal with Illidari. So, either they don't have it, or they have it and they're just BMing us really hard right now. Nope, they don't have it. What a bad street sweeper. Wow. It opens up good trades for them, but it does a lot of good stuff for us too. Oh, damn, look at that. You really should have traded up before doing that, unless you have... Yeah, you could have got more value out of that, I think. Ah, I see. What the hell, dude? God bless Spreading Plague. I'll let them have their spell damage, I suppose. So what we did was potentially very bad if they have Fell Barrage. And by very bad, I mean insta-lethal. There were ways we could have done that without taking damage. Maybe we should have. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. What an asshole. Well... I think... Shoot. I think this happens? And let's say this happens? And we hero power for armor, and then wait another turn. And we're just gonna keep Lucy pulling the Charlie Brown football out from underneath him, them. And when they get through most of these taunts, they're tiny. We'll play this and get them mostly back. Which is going to really infuriate them after a while. Sure. Cauldron Elemental. What's the way to do it? I think... Oh my god, what do we do? Let's go with this. I didn't get as many taunts as I expected to, and we may just die because of it. We're pretty vulnerable here. We did take more damage. Yeah, I was really thinking we'd get more taunts than that. We only got one back. So now we don't have anything in the way. Oh, baby. Alright, so how do we do this? We're hero powering like every turn here. So hero power. These two can die and then the... You only get 4 bodies back though. Go like this, this, and this. And then rip it. One taunt. One is enough. And you know what? Play 2 cards to awaken. Oh, I thought it'd be 1. It's such an awkward game. Oh boy. All right. I'll take 1 damage here. Unless I ever value trade just to save face, so to speak. I like 10 face. If they haven't been able to kill us to this point, surely we're okay, right? I got a top deck 3 damage, surely. Set up some nice lethal. The decisive turn! Oh my god. Oh my god! No! Okay. That was 1 in 3 to hit our face, by the way. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my god. We don't have it. Oh my god. No, no. I know, we can't play Bloodied Knight. God damn it. Terrible, terrible top deck. We had so many ways to get lethal. Dude, look at our deck. Sow the Soil lethal. Wait, what do we have? 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sow the Soil lethal. Astalor lethal. Living Roots lethal. Power of the Wild lethal. Vizier, let's assume lethal. Kodo Mount lethal. Guard lethal. 7 out of our 10 draws! We draw Bloodied Knight. We draw Bloodied Knight. So now we have to heal them up, because if we don't, we die. I'm indignant. Nice to meet you, Indignant. I'm Dad. I'll do double value trade, because we only have 1 thing to play anyway. Now if they have another Fell Barrage, they sure have a shot at lethal. They sure as shit have a shot. But I don't... They probably don't have another one. Okay. Slowly but surely getting through, but we are gaining armor over time as well. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We just have lethal this time, actually, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 16, 17. I'm gonna count a 3rd time. Triple check, just to make sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like, they're gonna be pissed off, but like, it really is worth triple checking, because why not, man? Why not? When it's a matter of whether you're gonna win the game right now or lose the game next turn, you gotta triple check that. 11 and 1. Rofflerman, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the fun dungeon. Final boss incoming. You're gosh darn right. You're gosh darn right. Your pleasure is my pleasure. Inflictor. We'll see who shall be the one inflicting who. It was a long time before we activated that egg before. I guess we keep it. You know Tom Cruise, not personally. Seen him in a lot of movies though. I have seen War of the Worlds, so if you want a review, make it official and you'll have it. Mailbox Dancer on 2. Stockades Prisoner, Coin Flyer. Or something like that. Let me play this now. We could have not played the coin to save it for this, but then if you do that, they probably kill one of these so you don't get 2 buffs anyway. Sorry, was that active Keleseth? Oh my. 11 and 1 Keleseth Death Knight? Alright, let's have a strong turn. What say you? Strong turn. Strong turn havers unite. Now hopefully we just out-tempo them before their Keleseth stuff starts to add up. And if they don't have a board clear... Like if they have Corpse Explosion here... We are devastated. But if they don't... See, this is Stockades Guard at its finest, by the way. I know Stockades Guard was catching a few strays last game in the chat. But with all these coins flying around in the early game, it's quite nice here. Well, we buffed that in value trade. What's in you? Manipulator? Buff like this. Looks real good. Not naming any names here. Wouldn't want to drag anyone's name through the mud. Unless they're into that. Pretty good swap, honestly. See the resources they have to commit to this Stockades Guard? I'm just gonna use my newly one attack Stockades Guard to kill your free one. How about that? Wow, does our hand look like a pile of turds though? Yeah, well, we're getting value out of this. So that's cool. Just play the Beetle Bailey. We could have totally sent 2-1 and 3-4 into the 5-5 here. I like the smoke line. Furthermore, I like the further value we get out of this. It's a little dangerous because they could silence it, but I feel like they have more pressing matters to attend to. Music. El Soul Inquisitor is pretty funny now. They really used to consider lifesteal so premium. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Now we have, the Nathrius? That thing has to die. We need this Death Knight not to just roll out a crap ton of value. Forces our hand. Now most of our board is dead. But again, so long as no silence comes down. You didn't redeem War of the Worlds. Not to be a stickler, but you didn't do the channel points redemption. But I'll go ahead and start talking about it, assuming that you're gonna do it in a second. War of the Worlds, late, I'd say mid to late career Steven Spielberg. He's starting to get up there a little bit, and it was actually one of the last proper genre movies he did. He's kind of edged more into for lack of a better term, awards-facing films in his later career. Bridge of Spies, Lincoln, The Post, stuff like that. My preference was to kill this dragon, so this is the way that we're gonna do that. Get some nice tutus, nice death rattles. I'd rate War of the Worlds somewhere between 3.5. I'd say 3.5 out of 5 blobs for me. It's one of Spielberg's less loved movies. I didn't hear people talking about it affectionately a whole lot. I actually think it's a really great movie, and it only suffers from being connected to the grand name that is Spielberg, because it's no Close Encounters, it's no Indiana Jones, but it's still a pretty great suspense film. The imagery, I think it's a gorgeous movie with a lot of really haunting imagery. I remember like the fields of like reddish pink, like blood harvested environment after the aliens terraform a little bit. Let me get a swarm out. I'll make that trade first. Another good Tom Cruise movie. A lot of good Tom Cruise movies have come up today. And yeah, young Dakota Fanning. The special effects are gorgeous. The like drone arms that come down searching in the catacombs for humans to harvest. That's a really suspenseful scene. And it's one of those movies, like, we've all seen our fair share of disaster movies, but War of the Worlds does the most important thing a disaster movie can do, which is that it shows the human toll of the grand scope thing that's happening. So you see a lot of monster movies or like Marvel movies where destruction's happening, but you never really, and this is why the Avengers was so good, it did do this. You never see the human toll. You never see the tiny stories of people running, hiding, helping each other, not helping each other. And that's really 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We're 1 off. That's really the entire purpose of a disaster movie, is to get that collectivity, to get that collective dynamic. Let's look for lethal. Well, no lethal, but I'm just gonna kind of do this and presumably call it a day next turn. I'm gonna leave this hidden, I think. I like it tucked away. Invulnerable. The Color of Money? I saw part of that movie. It's pretty good. Yeah, and the first, I want to say, the movie settles down after a while, but the first hour of War of the Worlds is... that's a panic attack of a movie. Because you see the panic spread through the city slowly, and it's an amazing piece of art about that panic, that collective panic, and how it happens and how it feels. And you see Tom Cruise get more and more worried, and then he starts running, as is his signature move, to go and take care of his children. And going down one city block, can't go that way. Going down another, can't go that way. Crowds banging against each other and stuff. It's a panic attack of a movie, and I think it does a great job of it. It gives you this hopeless feeling like there's nothing anyone can do to fight back. And that's the whole point of War of the Worlds, is it's the panic and it's the hopelessness. Let's pick an MVP, chat. John Coffin gets a sub from X-Ray Joe. X-Ray, thank you for your generosity, my man. And John Coffin, enjoy the emotes. Alright, who's the MVP here? Let's take a look. Phaleg, probably not MVP. It was solid though. Solid on the outside, liquid on the inside. Zombie was really good. Let's keep that in mind. Living Ridge was really good. Obviously, Astalor won us some games, but I don't know if I want to dignify it with an MVP. Flyer was nice. Power was nice. Stockade's Prisoner MVP? Stockade's Prisoner MVP? Played a few key roles in there. How to Get Burned. Banker was real nice. Totem Mount, great. We didn't see it a lot, though. Hawk Chopper, always MVP. The Architects, the Swarms. What about Spreading Plague, though? There were a few games where Spreading Plague really came in handy. I would say either Stockade's Prisoner, Spreading Plague, or Swarm, probably. That's what my eyeball goes to for this deck. What do you say, chat? Thank you for the GGs. Appreciate it, Rolf Lerman. 4-month subscriber John Coffin wants a review of the Philosopher's Stone. I'm gonna refund you, sir, because I never saw the Philosopher's Stone. The only Harry Potter... That was a misspeak, but I'll keep it. The only Harry Potter movies I've seen are the last two. And I'm probably gonna intend to keep it that way. The only other one that I will ever maybe watch is Azkaban, because I like the director, Cuarón. I might watch his. Plague deserves the plaque. Let's go Spreading Plague. When are we ever gonna get a chance to call Spreading Plague our MVP again? Let me mark that down in me notes. 12-1 Druid victory. I don't know if I've ever gone 12-0 with a Druid. We might have been close to history here. Alright, let's golden that plaque. Reward me. Alright, we got a little bit more than 250 gold this time for our troubles. Still a little bit more. Dude, I have to click so many things to get to where I need to be. Da-da-da-da! That one's for you, chat.